This is messed up. I mean, for 10 minutes. Can you hear me now? This is messed up. I see that I had my mic off. It's on now. That is messed up. But like I said, nobody mad but the devil. No one is mad but the devil, but he's not going to get no glory right here because we already know that we are amongst witches and warlocks anyway, and they do not want, they don't want this right here to go ahead and get out. But the devil, you is a liar because you are not going to stop nothing right here. But guys, sorry about that. I was on for at least 10 minutes. Thank you, Starbucks. Thank you very, very much, girl. Look, I got your back, man. I promise you, because these old demons, they're not going to sit there and tell you nothing because they don't want to hear you anyway. But yeah, she said, I can't believe yeah, I mean, people was just sitting here. That it, that's just to show you. Now you know exactly what we are against. See, people, like I said, they do not want you to sit there and tell the truth. People, they want their ears to be tickled. But like I said there and say, honey, I am not scared of these demons. I am not scared of these demons at all. You ain't got nothing on here. Nothing when it comes to this right here. But let me see if I can go ahead and try to say, what I was talking about. First, again, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and nine bias. I can't believe that, I started out with 4 people and no one went ahead and said anything. But we're going to go ahead and talk about all the stuff that is going on when it comes to Martell Holt. I know you guys already heard about, he was arrested, and the thing about it, TMZ went ahead and they made it news, knowing all the stuff that they can talk about. But see, they're not going to talk about stuff like that. And the thing about it, we are not going to talk about it as well. Anything that, when it comes to tearing our own down, yes, we're going to talk about that. You see what I'm saying? Because of that slave mentality. But I see right here where it says lovely Liz TV had asked a question, had said, did Mel post the kids? Someone mentioned that if, and she did that, can be why he attacked her through a communication device. And I went ahead and I said no, but her millimeters did post him dancing, while grown Quill. Yes, I said Quill men and adult children on, knowing that Martell had clearly stated that he was against it when it came to his son. And that's what I think. And like I said, all this right here is alleged. Like I said, I don't know these people from a can of paint, and you don't know them as well. Okay. And some of you guys, if you do know them, like I said, oh well, it's time for us to sit there and get out of this trauma bond state and start telling the truth. But before, what I was saying is that they knew Martell already had stated it clearly that he did not want it, none of his children on social media. And for those bloggers to post his kids making a thumbnail and went and put his son in the middle of his uncle, which is Melody's brother, who's happily married to a man. And Martell already was clear, he said he's not against, whatever their lifestyle, but it's not for his children. But the reason why they did that, because what they wanted to do, they wanted to get back at Martell because of how his children and what's her name, Ariane and Destiny went ahead and celebrated his birthday. And you know good and well, it got these millimeters and it got them all riled up. And like I said there and say, guys, all this right here, yes, for entertainment purpose only. If they want a show, we gonna go ahead and give them a show. You air it out, you are free game. So what I think, and I'm going to say allegedly, is because of the pictures. That's how I saw in the spirit, because I was going to come on around about 4:00 a.m. yesterday morning. But I went ahead and I posted, and someone had commented and said, we don't talk about, stuff that is not related on the reality show, if it's not on the reality show, we don't talk about it. That's how we look at it, especially the ones that follows me. If it's on social media, we're not going to talk about it, because if it's not on the reality show, because to us, this is a reality show, and that's exactly how we look at it. We don't get into these people personal business, okay? Because we don't know these people from a can of paint. But I saw all this in the spirit, and I felt led way before it had happened. And I went ahead and I posted. I was had supposed to come on and talk about it, but like I said, it's so much stuff that is going on around this world. And I felt like, I say, man, I should have went on, because I saw that black cloud. I saw it brewing around Martell, that something was going to happen. So that's when I post that no weapon formed against him shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against him shall be condemned. No, I'm not sitting there trying to take side. I stand on the truth, okay? Because all this stuff right here, it got to stop. It got to stop, because like I said, at the end of the day, the only ones that's going to get hurt, and that is the kids. I see what country girls say, good afternoon, Lady D in chat. Thank you for coming in, Lady D in Starbucks. Thank you guys for always having my back. But like I say, this right here, this is a lot. And when it's going to end? When is all this going to end? And for this blogger, and if I was Martell, I would go and I would sit there and I would sue every last blogger that's sitting there putting their mouth and all this defamation, because they knew if they made a thumbnail and they put Martell's son in the middle of Melody's brother, knowing Melody's brother's lifestyle, they know that right there, it was going to set him off. It would set anybody off, because as a mother, when you tell, somebody, this is what's, I do not want, don't cross the line when it comes to my children, then you don't cross the line. But see, that's how the devil works. Those demons work like that. Because see, if those demons cannot get you, what they're going to do? They're going to go after something that is close to you. And that's exactly what they're doing. They going after his kids, because they're going after his money, because they know if they cannot get him, they're going to go after something that they know that he loves the most. And that's the way it happens. But like I said, no weapon formed against him shall prosper, and every tongue that rise against him, it shall be condemned. And some might say, oh, you are on Martell's side. No, I'm not on Martell's side. I am on the truth. Because, like I said, I look at this right here as a reality show. These people, they chose to put their life out there on display. So if you put your life on display, what do you expect? What do you expect? People going to pick it apart. So you cannot sit there and you get mad. But I'm here to tell you guys, and I hope I'm not talking too fast, because I'm very upset. I've been talking for almost 11 minutes, and everything, the sound was bad. But my girl say it again. But like I said, guys, this got to stop. And the thing about it, don't use these people kids, because if you know that the judge already had ordered that Melody cannot put her kids on social media, what makes these bloggers feel that they have the audacity to put Martell's and Melody's kids on social media? This should not happen. And I know you guys don't want to hear it, but you're going to hear it anyway. If you don't like it, tune off. Because I saw a lot of junk, a lot of foolishness, a lot of trash that goes on social media that you enjoy. You guys love drama. Love drama. Just like I saw this YouTuber that Tasha K went ahead and built him up. And like I said, without Tasha K building him up, he wouldn't have had all the followers or the subscribers that he have today. But you see, you guys, you love drama like that. Anytime when someone you can go to where they are tearing each other down and not building up, you guys, you thirst for that. Where at times I used to question myself, I'm just tired of even last the other day. I'm just going to stop going live. If I got something to say, I'm just going to go ahead and just make a video. But no, in here, like I said, is unapologetic. I do not edit my videos. It's real talk. Like I said, if you like it or not, it's something on you. But this right here got to stop, because all this right here of what you see is a bunch of trauma buying people. And you guys can't say, well, you just don't understand, what Melody went through. We all been through stuff, all been through stuff. But is cheating a crime? Let me know. Is cheating a crime? Cheating is not a crime. If cheating was a crime, we all would be in jail. We all would be under the jail and the keys thrown away. Melanie is not the only one that have been cheated on. I see my girl, Country Girl, says, when I saw it on IG, I was waiting for you to come on. Thank you, Country. And Star say, please hit the thumbs up on your way in or out. Thank you in advance. But like I said, this is real talk, guys. I can't compromise, because all this stuff right here, this is my ministry. And you might say, well, how can a reality show be your ministry? Because that's where our people at. You got to meet your people where they are. Our people love foolish stuff. Our people love dipping and dabbing in all this stuff right here. We would rather sit on a soapbox and watch all this mess than go outside and touch grass. So that's why I say this right here is my ministry. And trust me, don't mess with it. Don't mess with it, because trust me, I don't think that you will like what's going, you, like I said, but I'm gonna try to stay on topic, because this right here, this is a lot. How we sitting there, we rather hand our black man, and then we get joy. I mean, people were saying he need to go to prison. Prison for what? You don't even know these people. How can you get joy over somebody's downfall? Because just like I say, today is them, tomorrow it can be you. And according to what Melody went ahead and said on this reality show, that Martell never even pleased her. After 14 or 15 years of marriage, she never sat there and she said had a big O. So quite obvious, if she was not satisfied with this man, why you think he went ahead and he stepped out? Why y'all don't ask that question? What I think is that Melanie went ahead and she freed him of all his guilt. Because if you laying with a man that a man does not please you, what's the purpose of the both of them there? It's like I say, laying on a dead log. That's exactly what it is. Make it make sense, guys. And it doesn't make sense. And like I said, guys, this right here, this got to stop. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And just like I had saw in the spirit, I saw this brewing. The minute when I saw Martell and his kids, Ariana and Destiny, was celebrating Martell's birthday, those demons, they couldn't take it. And what they did was they used a child. They used Martell's son, knowing that that would get to him, and post all those pictures of this little child dancing on the floor. Why they didn't show no other children? You mean all they wanted to show was Martell's son? And like I said, all this stuff right here is alleged and it's for entertainment purpose only. But we know we are now in the year of Aquarians, where everything is going to be exposed. Every rock is going to be unturned. And we know that these people that are thirsting for fame, they would do anything, even if they got to sacrifice their own. And I'm just talking in a legend. I'm not sitting there pointing no finger at no one person. But Cat Williams already broke it. He already said when these people are in Hollywood, these people thirsting after the fame, they will sacrifice their own mama and throw them under the bus. And just because, and I'm just saying, I'm just talking, I'm just a blogger. Just because Martell is a man that does not want his children to be exposed to all that lifestyle, then you guys want to take his head and put it on a platter and hand it to the white man. Devil, you is a liar, and the truth is not even in you. Devil, you is a liar and the truth is not in you. Take your hands off of them children. Take your hands off of them children, because that's exactly how you feel that you can get to Martell, is to go after his children. And that's why Martell should sue every last person that put his children out on social media, because his children did not sign for it. His wife did. His wife did. And like I say, Melanie is not the only one that's been cheated on. Being cheated is not a crime. It's not a crime. And he's not the only one. What the heck do y'all have against Martell? What the hell that y'all got against Martell? This is messed up. And most of them that's doing it, they cannot come in front of the computer. Come in front of the computer and talk all that mess. You're not going to do it because you are some demon trollers. You're not going to show your face and talk like this. I promise you, you won't show your face. Because you know, once you show your face, it's over with. I'm not worrying about you guys trying to dox me or tackle my channel. Like I said, I'm not worrying because I know who are the ones that's for me. But one thing about me, I'm going to stand on my truth. I'm going to stand on my truth because the Most High God already showed me all this stuff in the spirit. Go check my community tab. Way before we heard Martell was arrested, I already saw this. I saw something that was brewing up. No, I'm not real mad. If anything, I'm mad. The devil is mad because I got my foot on him. I'm not mad at all because, like I said there and say, we all been through hell. Melanie not the only one. To me, this is a reality show. What I'm mad is because I'm sick and tired of us putting our foot on our black man. I'm sick and tired of while we allowing these others getting away with hell. It got so much stuff that had happened just yesterday, where the Jews were sitting there building turners underground. They found bed mattresses and all types of stuff. Nobody going to report about all this stuff. Why they felt that they had to build a turner inside of a synagogue. Ain't nobody going to report on stuff like this. But I promise you, if it was TD Jakes, all this stuff was going on in the Potter's house, you guys would have made 102 videos a day. So ain't nobody mad but the devil, honey. Nobody mad but the devil, because one thing about me, I do not know these people from a can of paint, but I know how our people are. I know how our people are. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to gloat over no one's demise off of a reality show. Like I said, and I'm going to continue saying it again, it takes two to tear down a house. Ain't no one person by itself can tear down a house. And we already know half of the stuff that Melody said there, and she talked about her husband never pleased her. So what that tells you? What does that tells you? Huh? Tell me what that tells you. Melody going out there when she feel like she need a break, when she feel like she need her peace, she goes and she gets her hotel. What mother that you know got small little kids, when they feel like your husband is getting on your nerves, you're going to leave your kids with your husband and you going to go and get a hotel? Just like my friend has said, she said the further that she's going to go when she need peace from her husband and peace from her kids, she's going and take her a bubble bath, okay? So don't come on here with this demon. Like I say, show your face. I promise you, they're not going to show their face because there are some computer thugs, these demons. That's all they are. A bunch of demons. A bunch of demons. Like I say, just because they may have the same color, all these people is not our kin folks. Trust me. Cece said, and like I say, feel free to don't hesitate to comment, because we all to agree to disagree, but don't make it personal. Don't come for me, okay? Because I'm just a blogger. I'm giving you my commentary. I'm giving you my thoughts. Maybe you're not used to it, this kind of talking, because you're so used to everybody jumping on the bandwagon. But like I said, I'm team right. I'm going to stand on my truth, whether you like it or not. I see Cece says that, but Martell was the one who had a baby outside the marriage, not Melanie. Well, like I said, that's life. Martell is not the only one. What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? Like I said, you only hear one side. According to what Martell had put out, Melanie, she did some stuff to herself. Did her Martell was saying, and this is according to Martell, what he put out. Like I say, you air out your dirty laundry, you are free game. Martell said there and say Melanie went ahead and she went and aborted. And he was questioning, why would she go abort if the child was his? Like I say, you only hearing one side, guys. You only hearing one side, and most of this stuff that we are hearing is on social media. It's not on a reality show, but this is what these people sign up for. These people are getting paid big bucks, thousands of dollars to put their life on display. When you put your life on display, then people going to pick it apart. Melanie, like I said, she made this show about Black entrepreneurs coming together, calling themselves the Comeback Group. Day one, what did Melanie do? At the meeting, Melanie went and she put her personal business on display. According to Melanie, and not Melanie, according to Martell and the rest of her castmate, she went on social media and put all that stuff herself. So this is the price, guys. Much is given, much is required. This right here is what I call the nature of the beast. This is what I call the nature of the beast. And like I said there and say, it is what it is. It is what it is. Gwen says that, have you been looking at the same show? I be wondering the same thing, Gwen. I be saying, are you guys watching the same show? But this is a reality show. According to what I had read from some comments out there, they said that Martell gets almost $54,000 an episode. So if Martell gets $54,000 an episode, what do you think Melanie do? These people are getting paid. These people are cashing checks. But we, as fans of this show, we have taken this too personal, where we're getting all involved in these people's life. I mean, enough is enough. And also she said, and guys, make it about these people. Please don't make it about me, because trust me, I don't think you want none of this right here, okay? Like I said, I am just a blogger. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. All this right here to me is for entertainment purpose only. But also she says, have you been looking at the same show everyone else been looking at, ma'am? Talking about what Martell is going through and haven't said nothing about what she has been through. I'm not a demon, honey. But like I said there and say, this is what I'm saying. Let me go ahead and answer this right here. You guys do not give anyone a chance to sit there and side with Melody. You guys do not give no one a chance to side with Melody, where everything is about Melody, 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 Melody. Like I said, it takes two to tear down a house. If I want to even sit there and side with Melody, which I've been through what Melody went through, I've been through what Melody been through. If I tell you my story, you're going to sit there and say, my God, I can relate. But like I said, a man gonna fall down, but he's going to get back up. And the only difference between my story and Melanie's story is that they chose to put their life on display. But Melanie is not the only one that have been cheated on. Melanie is not the only one that been in a marriage where outside child had taken place, okay? But that does not mean that you got to sit there and you got to be a bitter Betty. Because all you doing is you are giving these people your power. All it's going to do is affect you mentally. Instead of sitting there trying to get a reality show and make money off it, taking pain for gain, you need a therapist. You need a therapist to help you to get through some of this stuff right here. Cece say you sound jealous. Well, like I said there and say, what do male have that anybody wants to be jealous over? I don't know Melody from a can of paint. So what's the purpose of me being jealous over someone that I don't know? You don't know my life. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I have for you to sit there and say, I'm jealous of Mel. I own my house. I own my house, okay? I'm not renting or leasing nobody's house. I'm not sitting there, and I raised my kids, all three military kids, very successful, okay? All three of my kids, military successful. I raised my kids. I didn't have no other woman, side chick, mistress, sister wife, no one raising my kids. I raised my own kids. So before you sit there saying someone sounds jealous, trust me, you need to go ahead and check that, CC. Okay? Because I raised my kids and I'm in my house, paid for, debt free. And I own my own business when I was 16 years old. Okay. My husband owned his own business when he was 21 years old. So we don't owe no man but to love him. Okay. So over here is stress free. But like I'm here to say, Melanie is not the first and she's not the last that's been cheated on. And that's real talk. Okay. All option statements are welcome, but please be respectful. Absolutely. I'm neither Team Mel or Martell, but God doesn't seem to be in either one, and they don't need Jesus. We will continue to see this until they do. We need to be praying for their salvation. One and they both need Jesus. We all need Jesus. All of us have fallen short. Ain't none of us have arrived. So we all need Jesus. We all have to work out our own soul salvation in fear and trembling. Okay? But who am I to judge? Who am I to say who deserves God's amazing grace? Don't go there with me, honey. You talking about a power pack woman right here, honey. God fearing. And a lot of people wants to put God in it, and God has nothing to do with all this because God is not the altar of confusion, but of love, peace, and of a sound mind. All this right here, what you see, guys, this right here, this has nothing to do with God. This is all flesh, all man's doing, all man's doing. It got so much stuff that we can talk about. But you don't want to hear nothing like that. All you guys wants to hear something about drama. And that's why Mel and Martell can continue keeping it up. But I'm here to tell you, whether you like it or not, Mel will never be able to carry that show without Martell because y'all not going to let it. You guys are attaching Mel and Martell together, and that's the way that is going to ever happen until Martell say enough is enough. Just like he said there and he put out on social media and he said to Call Us King and Own Network, you fire me because either you're going to tell my real story or I'm just going to walk away. And that's the way that it should be. You tell my real story or go. Because without Martell, that show will not be able to hold. Because Melanie already know that without that trauma bonding crowd that's following her and she's sitting there, she's getting paid. And I'm going to say allegedly, because like I said, all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. You air it out, you are free game. But we are tired of seeing Martell and Melody going back and forth. This to me is like beating a dead horse. Enough is enough. Let Martell be able to live his life. If Melody got her own network that she's trying to get off the ground, why Melody can't focus on that? Why she can't focus on that? Why did Melody all of a sudden, and they are in season 6, decide to come out and say to people that she does not like, that her ex-husband never gave her the big O, because she know that no one is going to pay attention to her, because she's not entertaining. She's not a Nene Leakes. She's not entertaining, and that's my opinion. Nobody is not going to listen to Mel, and I'm not hating and I'm not jealous, but nobody is not going to listen to Mel unless she sat there and put down and chop to pieces Martell. That's the only way, and that's real talk. Um, CC says, I'm neither Team Mel or Martell, but I read that I was coming in peace, but you ready to? No, I'm not. I don't take this personal. I don't take this person. Just don't come and call me jealous. How the hell you can sit there and you say when you come in peace, but yet you want to call me jealous of Mel? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like I said there and say, guys, you guys, I mean, you guys got to be some miserable people to sit there and worry about people that you don't even know. And like I say, I understand what Melody went through, but Melody is not the first, and Melody won't be the last. And anytime when you sit there and you come out and you put your personal business out, you cannot tell people how to pick it apart. But like I said there and say, I'm not going to jump on a trauma bond bandwagon, because I know when the chips come down, Mel, like I said, that's the life that she chose. That's the life that she chose. And she's getting paid for it. So whether we like it or not, like I say, they put their life on a reality show. They put their life on a reality show. Ain't nobody can get mad with the devil. Nobody can get mad with the devil. But don't come in here and say that I am jealous of Mel. You don't know my life. You don't know my life. I don't have to sit there and put my life on display. But I could tell you one thing, honey, I sleeps good at night. And trust me, beauty fads, okay? Country girl say Lady D only bringing truth. That's it. That's all I know. That's all I know is the truth. Like I said there and say, enough is enough. We got so much stuff that is going on in this world, guys. So much stuff is going on. And we kept saying, Lord, how long? When it's going to end? But first, we got to love each other. We don't love each other. We hate each other. But yet we sitting there, we wants to say, oh, it's the white man. It's the white man. No. It's the man that's in the mirror. We hate ourselves. Until we sit there and start, coming together in unity. This is a reality show, guys. And some of this stuff that we see right now is only a distraction. All this right here is just a distraction. They put this in, and you guys all pain is all in the bunch because you think that these people is about that life. Half of these people come on these reality shows. Marriage was already jacked up, most likely almost in bankruptcy. Life was already a hot mess. And they sell you this lie that they had it all together, and they got you all messed up thinking these people is behind that gate living large. These people, like I said, they robbing Peter to pay Paul just like everybody else. The only difference is that they own a reality show. And like I had told you all, they only going to show you just a small snippet of their personal life. And you guys taking that small snippet and you running with it as if you guys know these people personal. And that's where you have to go ahead and check yourself. That's it. Just out there getting the bag. And like I said, I have decided I'm going to stand on my truth. I'm not going to tell you no lie. Country girl and Starbucks, I thank you for always holding me down. But I was at a point, I say, Lord, I'm about to shut this all down because it's feel like my labor is in vain. Feel like I'm just talking to myself. That's why I went ahead and got this cup right here. It says, of course, I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. I say, Lord, these people don't hear me, but want me to tell you some guys say, tell it to them anyhow. Because they got a lot of foolish stuff that's on social media, and we flock to it like bees on honey. I don't know if you guys heard this part because my mic was muted, but it's a content creator that Tasha K helped build up and talk all that smack, and we run to stuff like this. Don't say anything that's going to build up. Everything is going to tear down, and we run to that. Why our people run to stuff like this? Because we got itchy ears. We are still asleep. When we start sitting there teaching and preaching and telling our people how to wake up, oh, that's boring. Oh, I don't want to hear that. Because we are in this place that I call a sunken place. And that's why we're attached to people that we don't even know. Half of these people will see you on the street and they won't even piss on your tail to put that fire out. But yet you guys sitting there getting your blood pressure, getting yourself all worked up over people that you don't even know. But when you got to make it your point to see somebody else downfall, wishing that that person is in jail just because you don't like a person, then you got to check yourself because something is not right with you, especially with people that you don't know that don't have a child or you don't have no attachment to. And like I said, whatever the devil try to do for bad, God will turn it around for your good. I know how the Most High God works. When you start digging ditches for somebody else, all you're doing is digging one bigger for yourself. So you got to be careful how you put your mouth on people. Because even if Melody wants to see Martell in jail, it's going to affect Melody the most. And yes, it's going to affect Melody most because you guys are saying that Melody needs to get full custody of her kids. How could Melody get full custody of her kids? And I'm only going by what a reality show, okay? Allegedly. When she said there, according to Martell said on that reality show that Melody had said that you can take the kids for 6 months and I can take the kids for 6 months. What mother that you know would tell someone that they can have the kids for 6 months? How is Melanie going to be able to raise her kids when she's sitting there chasing fame? Make it make sense. You got to make a choice. You can't have both. You can't have a family and sit there and try to be famous at the same time because something you got to sacrifice. Didn't Cat Williams said that? So who are they willing to sacrifice? But I know one thing when it comes to Martell. Martell can walk away. He already said, fire me. I'll walk away from this. He's not going to sell his soul for almighty dollars because we already know you cannot build a solid foundation off of material possession. That's like building a house on sinking sand. It never worked. It never worked. Much is given, much is required. What are you willing to sacrifice? I know it hurts Melody. It would hurt anybody to see the woman that ran with your husband half of your marriage now with your husband and your kids. I understand. But Melody chose to put her life on display. So that's just the nature of the beast. Like they say, much is given, much is required. They chose to put their life. So if you chose to put your life on display, then you're going to have to take the bitter with the sweet. And that's real talk. Can't get no clearer than this, guys. I can sleep good at night, so I'm not jealous. I'm not mad. I don't get myself all worked up in these people's personal business. I only can tell you guys what I see. And it sickens me to see how we sitting there cheering over someone's downfall. Our people, we've been through hell and back. All this to me is like a slave mentality. A slave mentality, seeing our people still on the plantation. This is what they used to do to set example. When they see one of our brothers or sisters slip, we got our own people. Oh, massa, he or she done did that. And like I say, nothing is new in the sun. We still doing the same thing. Make it make sense, guys. And like I said, this right here is real talk. If it hurt, just say ouch. But I cannot compromise, guys. When I set up this channel, I sat there and I say, Lord, use me however you please. And I always choose the underdogs. I always choose right. Because like I said, even if that one, we can bring that one person in, because a righteous man falls 7 times, but he gets back up. He gets right back up. So what our job is to raise him back up, not to continue nailing them to the cross. And guys, I got 8 more minutes. I got 8 more minutes. But like I said, when it comes to these people are getting paid on a reality show. And half of these reality shows that you see is just stereotyping black family, thinking that we cannot come together. We are dysfunctional. But they sign up for this, knowing exactly what the consequence. These people is not going to allow you to come on these reality shows and show your potential, showing that you are business entrepreneurs. They don't want to hear that. These people don't want to hear that. They want to see you sitting there raking the bottom. They want to see you. They just want to see you out. They don't want to see nothing that's positive. Starbucks said, yeah, that's hurtful and low down. Yes, absolutely. And then want to come on and attack me that I am jealous. Because see, these people, they are trauma binding. They are trauma binding people. Hurt people hurt people. But we all been through it. And if you never been through anything in your marriage, continue staying in that marriage. Continue staying in that marriage and come back and tell us what happened. Because I was very young when I got married. Very, very young. And I know men would take advantage of something like this. But like I said there and say, Melanie is not the first and she won't be the last. And that's real talk. Andre Delia say hello, Lady D. Hey, Delia, welcome to my live real talk with your girl, Lady D. But guys, this is real. But the only thing that I can sit there and say is pray for them. But they chose that life. They chose to put their life on display. And at the end of the day, the only ones that's going to get hurt the most, and that's the kids. Because the kids, they're going to see this one day. They're going to see this one day. And the first thing that they say, well, the kids go to therapy. They can go to therapy all they want, but they're still going to see all this. And they're going to end up resenting both of them. And that's real talk. Until someone say enough is enough and walk away from this stuff. Because I do not believe that Melanie and Martell can continue staying on the same show. They cannot. Because they're going to keep going back and forth with each other. And even if Martell sat there and talk about his reality and bring in who he loved, it's still going to be something. It's going to be a toxic environment. Unless someone sat there and walk away. Guys, like I say, this is real. All this stuff right here, when I come on, I don't really come on just to sit there to entertain you guys. I come in to wake you up, to tell you this right here, guys, is a cheap trick. But if I'm going to tear down, I'm going to build back up because I know our people been through hell and back. And all this stuff right here, what you see, is only a distraction. But what's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your soul? Your children gonna grow up one day and they ain't gonna have nothing to do with you, nothing. And you're gonna say, I did it all for my children. I remember Candy Boris. I never forget Candy Boris on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was Candy, it was Todd, and it was the children. And I remember when Candy's daughter Raleigh had told Todd, you need to lose that name. And it's not a word verbatim. You need to lose that name, Daddy Daycare, because you don't hold that title. And she also told her mom that, look, you can have another child, but I'm not going to raise it because you never was pretty much home when I was there. And you figuring, oh, if I keep buying my kids gifts and toys and they're going to love them. No, they're going to resent you. And I'm a living testimony to all that stuff right here. So when I come on and I talk, I only can tell you what I've been through. And Melanie is not the first and she's not the last. We all been through hell and back. The only difference is that their life is on display. But what if someone come and shine the light of all the stuff that has going on in your house? Sometimes, I look at it, especially when it comes on to these reality shows, it's better them than me. At least I can sit there and look at somebody else's life and tear it down because my life is all jacked up. Because we are trauma bind people. A lot of stuff that we are going through is called Stockholm syndrome. And that's why I think that they should just go ahead and give us our reparation check because they mentally messed us up. We mentally messed up. But they would rather build all these prisons and incarcerate our people than build hospitals, institutions to help build us back up because we are mentally abused. We've been through hell and back. It's not easy being who we are. But until we say enough is enough and come together, we will be a force to be reckoned with. They know that. They know when we rise up, when we come together, it will bring Satan to their knees. But how are we going to rise up? When we fighting white supremacists on one hand and we fighting each other on the other hand. Like I say, old Massa, all he's doing is sitting back in his chair under a big old huge tree, drinking his lemonade, and he's laughing because he know now all the stuff is embedded in us until we shake off of these grave clothes and come out of her. And that's real talk. I see Andre Dilla says, based on their set and travel budget, IMO, the cast is being exploited for peanuts. They get more in social media exposure than show is very, very toxic. Absolutely. That's sad. That's sad. And that's why they do the most because they know most of the stuff, the money that they get off of their brand. So if they can sit there and tear down somebody else just for some people to buy their brand, oh, to them, oh, he'll get over it or she'll get over it. But I couldn't sleep like that. I couldn't tear down a person just because, I'm trying to sit there and I'm trying to make that money. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't sleep like that. Guys, I got one more minute and I'm going to go ahead and close it down. See, Country Girl say, Lady D, do you still have Cash App? Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and post it. Thank you, country girl. Let me go ahead and post it. Thank you very much. This right here is my cash app. Thank you very much. And whatever God, give y'all in your heart to sit there and plant, I pray that God would multiply it, that you are sowing in good grounds. Um, CC said, Call is King does not own the network. Oprah does. Absolutely. And Oprah is the one cutting them checks. Everybody was saying that Melody, this is Melody's show. This is Melody. Melody went ahead and she pitched this show. Melody is not the one that's cutting those checks. Oprah Network is cutting those checks. Call is King is the producer. But Melanie, like I said, they say they might get a little cut off of this stuff right here because they brought it to whomever, but they're not cutting this check. But guys, like I said, they say all this stuff that comes on these reality shows, it's just a distraction. Just a distraction. And that's why I'm here to tell you guys, choose this day who you're going to serve. This is my ministry. When the Most High God gives me something to say, I can feel the anointing of God upon me right now. When the Most High God gives me something to say, you best believe you can take it to the bank. When the Most High God came to me and told me, thank you very much, country girl. She went ahead and she cashed out me. Thank you very much. And I pray that God multiply it hundredfolds, unlimited, that he will open up the heaven gates and pour you out a blessing where you won't have enough to receive because you are sowing on good grounds. But when the Most High God give me a message, I'm going to be obedient and I'm going to say what thus says the Lord. Because half of the time when I was on here, when God told me to speak on certain topics, it all came to pass. Well, I had a reality show cast member on Real Housewives of Atlanta used to email me and even sat there and was retweeting my videos because she know when I told her what God told me to tell her, she went ahead and she listened. I remember when this girl on this YouTube channel stole my money. And when I told her, I said, the God told me to tell you, you better get that money out of your house. And when she was not obedient and she did not get that money out of her house, she lost everything. Where it was came to me that someone came back and told me that she was sleeping in her car. So when God sat there and say, guys, stop allowing this stuff to distract us because it's so much stuff that is going on out there that we can be focusing on. We spend almost $1.2 trillion, Black people alone, our people alone a year. $1.2 trillion a year on stupid stuff, foolish stuff. We don't have no banks. We don't have no libraries. We don't have no schools. We don't have nothing. But yet we want to sit on the soap opera box and we want to entertain all this drama. And you wondering why everybody comes in ahead of us and we still at what I call the bottom. Make it make sense. And that's real talk. So guys, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. I see where Andre Delia say Oprah is not cutting their checks. I don't know who cutting the checks, whoever it is. I know it's not the one fool out themselves. I don't think they cutting the checks. So it is what it is. Andre Delia says, love your maturity and wisdom on this show. Thank you very much. God bless you. We child. Yes, you need to do more topics. Thank you very much, CC. And my prayer to you guys, like I sit there and say, this is not to sit there and put my foot on nobody because I don't know these people from a cane of paint. But one thing that I know is that the Spirit, he leads and guides me to all truth. And I'm here to tell you right now that we are now in what I call the year of exposing, where nothing you can get away with. So anyone that you got any art or you holding any unforgiveness, I don't care if it's a brother, sister, co-worker or anyone, let it go, guys. Because where God is about to bring us, it's not worth us holding all that baggage. So let it go. Let it go. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close it out. But like I said, I have nothing against Melody. I've been through Melody, what Melody been through. I don't sit here and tell you my personal life. Yes, my husband cheated. I even cheated. Yes, my husband got an outside child. But like I said there and say, you learn and you live. You don't let these people take your power. You don't let these people take your power because half of these people, they only want what you got. But you don't have to sit there and act just like the world. You show the world that you are better than them, and that's real talk. So on that note, guys, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to close it down. My girl Starbucks said, "Let it go." Amen. Is it? It is what it is. So, guys, you all be blessed. Okay. And thank you again. Thank you again, country girl. Thank you again for planting into my life. And thank you, Starbucks, for always holding me down. Yes, we all have a story. See, people look at the glory, but they don't know the story.